Okay, I'm here for lesson number 3, which is the fun stuff, karma. Before I begin, let me just mention that there are 84,000 teachings by the Buddha. So there's a lot of different ways to meditate and a lot of things that you can learn. Also, one meditation tip is to do your breath count, but slowly scan your body. Like start at the top of your head, and you feel your hair, in your mind, and then your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth and your chin, and then your neck, then your shoulders, your biceps, your forearms, your hands, your fingers, and then back to your torso and down to your waist and into your legs and down your quads and hams and down to your calf and shins and down to your feet and your toes, and just do that nice and slow, and just check your body for anything, just makes you just run a check. But anyhow, karma is intent driven. You have to have intent to if you're going to harm something, you got to have intent. If you're stepping on an ant without knowing about it, you're not going to have negative karma, we call it. Not bad and good. It's called negative and positive. Negative karma. That's politically correct. It's, if you have a wasp nest next to your house and you've got to get rid of it, that's intent is okay. I mean, some will take it to a far end and say, no, that's not okay. You should talk to the bees and get them to move, or the wasps rather, not bees. And but that you have to be really high a being to do that. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever be able to talk wasps into leaving my house if they were able to the nets by the door. It's threatening you, coming in and out of the house, mailman and everybody. So you need intent to have negative karma. You can't just inadvertently do something. It's also not a threat. I scold John Lennon, not personally, but just in my mind, for his instant karma remark. Instant karma is going to get you. Well, karma is not something. It's not a threat. It's not a warning. It's not a curse. It's a code of conduct that'll help you get off the wheel of suffering. Whatchamacallit? I got distracted. There's a phone call coming in. You don't need 100% positive karma to get into a good place in the next world. You need a good amount to get off the wheel of suffering. You don't need, it's like a baseball player. You don't have to hit 1,000. You just hit 250, 350, 400, and you're doing quite well. Same with positive karma, and you need both positive and negative karma. You can't have one without the other. And also neutral karma, which is incurred when you're standing, sleeping, or sitting. Negative karma is incurred when you kill, when you steal, when you have unwholesome sex, which has nothing to do with homophobia or anything like that. It just means sex that's not beneficial to anybody. Idle chatter, which it's okay, to make conversation about the weather. This is gossip they're talking about. Mean talk, talking mean about people. Slander, which what that is, and lying. And then there's also finally negative karma is incurred by coveting what someone else has, and from blocking someone from joy. And then the final thing is questioning another's faith. And if you do that, question another's faith, you go straight to the lower realms. And that's hard to do, especially with the politics going on today with these right-wing religious groups. You're prone to say something, but so far I haven't been sent to the lower realms. So that's it for karma, really. Then there's 6 bardos, what they're called. This is a supplement to the lesson. The first one is the interval between when we're born and when we die, and that's when we practice the Dharma. The second one is dreams. Dreams are as close as we come to death in life, because we're outside the 5 senses. Sight, hearing. When you're dreaming, you're not using those senses. You're just dreaming. It's in your mind. Then there's immersion meditation, which is conducted by it's based on a Milarepa story. Milarepa is one of the root lamas. He was a real bad boy at one time, and he became a Buddhist lama and Rinpoche, and changed his life around and became one of the more famous ones, actually, very renowned. Anyhow, the story he tells is that there was a shepherd boy, and he took his flock up to the hills, and he didn't return for days. And his father went and looked for Milarepa and said, "I can't find my son. I don't know where he went." So let's go up to where he took the thing. And there the kid is sitting on a rock, on a boulder, and with his eyes closed, and they wake him up, and they say, "What happened?" He goes, the kid says, "I started to meditate. I closed my eyes for a moment, and days passed." And that's what can happen with immersion meditation. If you really get into it, hours or even days can pass without you knowing about it. I've never had that experience. I've maybe gone into a meditative state where I'm maybe a couple hours, at the most, not all the time either. Generally speaking, as Lama Lodrin said in the meditation class yesterday, it's about 20 minutes. That's good. And do it regularly, every day. Diligence is called. But anyhow, the next thing is, finally, is the interval between when we begin to die and we die. And that's when we practice our death meditation, which will take us to death, after death, and into the next world. And that's the final bardos of the karma. And that's it for today. And I think we did pretty good, 7 minutes and a half. But anyhow, enjoy your day. And the next lesson will be the shortcomings of samsara. And that's it for the first half of the Dharma path. You're moving very fast. After that, we'll do relative and ultimate bodhicitta. Anyhow, talk to you later.